So hi everyone, I hope you are doing good today, and I hope that you are still revising your lessons. So in this video we are going to explain some words related to Unit 6, which is entitled Mass Media. So we're going to define the word mass media and see some examples of mass media. So what is mass media? Can you guess? Mass, groups, good. Audience, great. Yeah, so mass means a large group of people or large groups of people, lots of people. Mass. Audience means so thousands, millions of people. And media means ways we communicate or means of communication. Now the singular form of the word media is medium, so ways of communication. So if we take the word as a whole, mass media, it means of communication for large groups of people, or ways of communication for large groups of people. So if you take, for example, TV, it is considered a means of communication for large groups of people. Why? Because a lot of people watch TV and get information from their watching. The radio, for example, is considered to be a means of mass media, large groups of people. So here we are talking about means people use to communicate on a large scale or with large groups of people. So we have other means of mass media like books. So here you can see books, because books are considered to spread information among people. Now if you read books, for example, if a large group reads the same books, they would have similar background or similar facts and pieces of information. So books are considered to be a way or a means of communication with large groups of people. Now we have newspapers. Newspapers are also a means of mass media. The radio again is another means of communication, especially mass communication. So have the TV, as I said, TV. We have also the satellite TV, satellite dishes are considered to be a way to communicate with large groups of people. We have also the internet. Internet is a new means of mass media, because you can communicate with a large group in another country. For example, from Morocco, you can talk to hundreds to thousands of people on Skype or on Facebook, especially when you use a live, etc. So you can communicate with people, large groups of people via the internet. We have also the smartphone. So smartphones, not old types of mobile phones, not old versions, but smartphones, iPhone, etc. So phones that are equipped with Android, etc. So smartphones are considered to be means of communication. And the last means of communication, social media, like Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Vimeo, etc. So these are some examples of means of mass media or means of communication for large groups of people. Now we're going to move to a reading passage about mass media where there is, say, an explanation of mass media and types of mass media. So please, I will give you 4 minutes to read the text, then we'll move to some questions related to the text. Thank you. Enjoy your reading and please take a dictionary. Try to explain difficult words and you try to see the meaning in a dictionary, because in this way you can understand the text. So as you have read, the passage or this essay, this text, is talking about 7 types of mass media, which are the print, recordings, cinema, radio, television, internet, and mobile phones. So these are the 7 types of mass media. Now, if you were to choose a title to this text, what would be a good title to it? Is it number 1, number 2, or number 3? Video games as mass media, types of mass media, or old and new media. So definitely the best title to this text is types of mass media, because the text is focusing or emphasizing the type of mass media. Print, books, newspapers, magazines, recordings, tapes, CDs, and DVDs, etc. So these are types of mass media. Now let's move to some comprehension questions, especially true or false statements. I'm going to say some statements. I'd like you to say whether they are true or false and try to justify your answer. And the first statement, books were not considered as mass media in the late 20th century. Now, in order to say that this statement is true or false, we have to go back to paragraph 1, and you'll find there the explosion here, the explosion of digital communication technology in the late 20th century and early 21st centuries made prominent the question what forms of media should be classified as mass media. In the 2000s, a classification called the 7 mass media became popular. They are print, books. So the first type of mass media that was considered in this classification in the 2000s was print, which are books, newspapers, magazines. These are, let's say, types of print. Say print material, I mean. So this statement is definitely false, and the justification is the last sentence in paragraph 1 in the 2000. So here you can see 2000, as you can see. So this one is false. Why? Because here we have, look, print. So in the 2000s, a classification called the 7 mass media became popular. They are etc. print. Now let's move to the second one. Digital media includes internet and mobile phones. Digital media, so here we have digital media in paragraph 2. So here there's the mentioning of digital media, and you have just to reread the paragraph. The 6th and 7th media, internet and mobile phones, are often referred to collectively as digital media. So here there is, so the author combines the 2 types of media, internet and mobile phones, in one, which is digital media. So here the statement is true. So digital media includes internet and mobile phones, and the justification is the sentence here. internet and mobile phones are often referred to collectively as digital means. And the last statement, old telephones could access internet. Old telephones could access internet. So you could, or people who use old telephones could access internet, could for example download music from Google, from Play Store, could for example play video games, could do many things, could for example chat on Facebook using those little gadgets or those little mobile phones, old versions of, not smartphones, the old version of telephone, before the coming of these smartphones. So the statement is definitely false. So it's false. Now let's move to the next exercise. Answer the following questions. Now these are WH questions or open questions. Now how many mass media types are there? What are they? Now the number of mass media types that is mentioned in the text. Now you can look at the words written in red: print, recording, cinema, radio, television, internet, mobile phones. Now these are the mass media types. So how many? So there are 7 types of mass media in the text. And what are they? They are print, recordings, cinema, radio, television, internet, and mobile phones. So 7 types. The next one, number 2. Why are smartphones considered mass media? Why are smartphones considered mass media? Now smartphones, if you want to answer this question, you should go to this part here. Now look, here we have this transforms phones into mass media devices capable of performing computing. Why? Because here we have which is equipped with internet access. So this sentence here is the key. Now why are smartphones considered mass media? So smartphones are considered mass media because they are equipped with internet access. Because they are equipped with internet access. Because we can have access to the internet in these devices. So we could, for example, watch TV, we could, for example, listen to the radio, we could chat, we could, so the internet. So here the answer is this one, because these smartphones are equipped with internet access, they are considered mass media. And the last question, are video games part of mass media? So this one is a little bit confusing because the last paragraph, this one here, video games, the author explains that video games, when they are connected to the internet, they can be considered as mass media. But when the telephone is not connected to the internet, so people play videos alone or play video games alone, individually. So if the video game doesn't lead to a conversation, to a communication with people around the globe, or let's say to very huge number of people, so it is not considered as mass media. But on the other hand, if the video game leads to, say, to communication with people from different places. So here we can consider video games as, we say, as mass media. But here, so we should say, this are video games part of mass media? We can say yes, they are. Yes, they are. Because here we have a closed question. Are video games? So the answer should either be yes, they are, or no, they aren't. You don't need an explanation, because we need an explanation just when we have the word why. So here we should provide an explanation. Now let's move to a writing exercise. It's like a summary. Try to summarize say, your ideas concerning mass media types and mass media, say, means of communication. Here write a paragraph about your favorite medium: television, internet, newspaper, magazines, radio, etc. Now choose one type, one that you like. For example, social media. I like social media. For me, the best medium is social media. And you have to give 3 reasons. For me, the best medium is smartphones for 3 reasons. First, and I give the first reason. Second, finally, and then you give your opinion, or why do you like this. I believe that is a great medium because it. I hope that, now try to write a good paragraph, and you can see that we start with a topic sentence and with some supporting ideas, and the final idea, which is a concluding sentence. I hope that Unit 6 is clear to you. It's about mass media. We have defined this word, mass media. We said that mass media consists of 2 words, large groups of people, and media means of communication. So we take the whole word to mean mass media is or refers to means of communication for large groups of people. We have seen some examples like the TV, the radio, smartphones, magazines, books, etc. And we have seen some types of mass media. Now you have to write a paragraph about your favorite medium. And thank you so much. See you in the next video.